your first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is First Down Friday Night, sponsored by Papa John's, your community health mart pharmacy, Whataburger, and P2EDI. Now your hosts, Mo Carter, Naomi Gray, and Jonah Karp.
First Down Friday Night is back for week 6 of the high school football season. As you see, we have rebranded and we've got a new look that can only be described in 3 words, Naomi: fresh, sleek, and clean. I'm Mo Carter and this is Naomi Gray.
Yes, along with the new look comes some new sponsors as well. We welcome Papa John's to the family, which is home of the brand new Shakaroni Pizza. It's a pizza with purpose.
Absolutely. Now we want to thank them for feeding the crew tonight and for the rest of the year. Now let's get back to some football. We had a jam-packed show tonight, including our varsity game of the week. Here's Jonah Karp with a quick preview.
Yeah, guys, we have a big top 10 matchup coming your way for our varsity game of the week. Fife and Plainview, with the Red Devils going for win number 50 in a row. Could they get it done? I'll have the answer coming up a little bit later in the show. Guys?
Thank you, Jonah. It's finally that time of year when 2 guys who know each other far too well go head-to-head in a Class 7A rivalry matchup. I'm talking about none other than LaRon White and his Sparkman Senators versus his younger brother, Calvis White, and the Bob Jones Patriots. Now, LaRon White handed his brother a whooping with no mercy last year, so it's safe to say Calvis entered this matchup with a little chip on his shoulder. First quarter, no score. Luke Skomberg throws across his chest and finds Devon Agee just beyond the Patriots 30, and he takes it down the sideline for a nice game for what's originally seemed like a Senators touchdown, but a holding call will be called and replay on the downs. But here it goes. Here's Jaden Edwards cutting the momentum to stop the ball at the 2-yard line. Bob Jones has some great defenders, and Sparkman wouldn't let up. Skomberg throws a dagger out to Matthew Rozier for the long-awaited Senator 6. Extra quick will be money, 7-0 Sparkman. Then later, still in the first, Bob Jones trying to break through on the ensuing drive, but Sparkman shuts that right down. It's Kashawn Banks forcing the Patriots to no gain and the eventual turnover on downs. But here we go, Senators ball, and the handoff goes to Jaden Thomas. That kid is lightning fast. He breaks out for a quick Senators first down. But a few plays later, they'll get the job done. Look how great this run is. Thomas follows his blocks through to the open space to stamp his spot right in the end zone. Sparkman takes a 14-0 lead, but things would take a shocking change of events. Look at that score. Bob Jones wins it, 25-21. This is the breakthrough that the team needed, and they got it. Next week, Albertville will travel to Bob Jones, and Sparkman will travel to Florence.
Shout out to Coach Kelva's wife for getting that victory.
Absolutely. All right, let's head to Albertville. The Aggies taking on Huntsville. Aggies trailing 21-0 in the second quarter. To Huntsville, they were knocking on the door, but the fumble near the goal line. It winds up getting scooped up by Alec Husky, and he takes it all the way down to midfield for the Panthers. Then here comes a prime opportunity to tack on some more points. Stone Lawless heaves it down the field. That was a perfect throw to Cameron Wright down inside the 10-yard line. And then here goes the very next play. It's Carlin Long taking it down for the 28-0 lead over Albertville. And watch my girls, the cheerleaders, soaking it all up, just loving it. And they weren't done. Ball back to the Panthers. They give it back to Carlin Long again, and this time he gets to show off his wheels. Boy, is he fast. He flies past the secondary and takes it right to the red zone again. Huntsville trying to capitalize on the big run. Lawless with the pump fake. He fires it toward the end zone. That's Jeremiah Lovelace with the amazing grab. The Panthers went up by 5 touchdowns in the first. And let's check out your final score. Right now, we don't have a final score.
Actually, Huntsville won this game in a rout. We will give you the updated later on. But yeah, they won in a rout on this
Yes,
one.
those late scores. Gotta love them.
Absolutely, everyone. All right, let's come back closer to home in that same Class 7A Region 4. Sparkman, they were sitting on top, but they just lost. Well, the other team that was sitting on top with them is James Clemens. The Jets returning home for a tough battle with Florence. Now, of course, Christopher McGahee, he is the head coach of the Jets. On the other sideline is the former head coach of the Jets, and that is Wade Waldrop. What a game we had over at Madison City School Stadium. Let's jump into it. Caleb Mahan throwing it deep down the field to Jaleel Hurley for the long touchdown pass. Florence, they go up 14-7. Here comes the Jets, though. Gio Lopez, their quarterback, flicks it out to Kamari Pittman. Pittman sheds a defender and picks up a first down. Plus, he'll get 15 yards added for a face mask penalty. Then it is Lopez once again connecting with Kobe Johnson all day to connect with Mr. Johnson there, and Johnson gets it inside the red zone. The Jets are sitting pretty right now. Coach McGahee wondering, what should I do after that? Well, let's go to this workhorse. And he hands it off to Dante Snodgrass around the outside for the score. 14-14 at that point with that touchdown. Let's give you an update from Madison City Schools right now. As it is late in the fourth quarter, James Clemens and Florence are knotted up at 42 apiece. Y'all know the deal. I will give you the final score later in the show before we go off air.
Wow.
Absolutely. All right, another big game for you, Naomi. Down in Hartsville tonight, the Tigers playing host to the Golden Eagles of Athens. The Tigers, they will strike first. Ryan Fletcher going up the gut, following his blocks and gets into the end zone for a score. Tigers up 7-0. But the Athens Golden Eagles would respond thanks to their tall, lanky quarterback. It's Jaden Jew. Watch as he runs over a man at the goal line and gets into the end zone. Extra point was blocked, though. Hartsville still on top, 7-6. Now, here comes Hartsville back. Hold on, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Once again, it's Jaden Jude as he will go around the right side. You think he will stop, but then he gets into the end zone for another score right here. And next thing you know, they were down by a couple of points. Then Jaden Jude again calling his own number, and somehow, some way, we're looking at a situation where Athens has now taken the lead, but that would not last long in the third quarter as Hartsville regains the lead. Jack Smith taking the entire defense into the end zone for a score right there with 3:40 to go in the third quarter, 31-27 at that point. Let's check out your final score from Hartsville tonight as the Tigers go on to win in a hard-fought victory by a final of 45-34. Next week, Athens will take on Buckhorn, while Hartsville, they will travel to Muscle Shoals. Of course, the WZDX Sports team is on social media, but a few things have changed. You can follow me at Mo Carter Fox 54. Follow Naomi at Naomi Gray TV, and follow Jonah at Jonah Carp TV. Hey, send us a tweet. We got enough time to read it out on air later on.
We sure do, but that is the end of our first quarter on First Down Friday night. Up next, we had East to check in with Fife and Plainview. That's our varsity game of the week, and it's coming up next.
And welcome back to the rebranded version of First Down Friday Night right here on Fox 54. We are rolling through week 6 of the high school football season.
And speaking of rolling, that's what Fife has been doing with their, get this, current streak, 49 wins in a row. Just amazing.
Absolutely. Second best in the nation right now. Now, tonight, the competition stiffened for Coach Paul Benefield and his Red Devils as they took on neighboring town, Plainview. Plainview is down there in Rainsville. That's like about 6 miles between the two. And they played each other for the varsity game of the night. And we had to send this guy down for a big-time matchup. Jonah Carp, what's going on, man?
Yeah, guys, we're bringing you a neighborhood rivalry for our varsity game of the week. Fife and Plainview with the Red Devils going for win number 50 in a row. But before we show you the highlights from that game, let's take you quickly up the road to Sylvania, who played host to Asbury earlier today. The Battle of the Rams, only the second time these two schools have met. Check this out. The game started with an onside kick. How often do you see that? Good starting field position for Sylvania, and they took advantage. Only took one play to score. Brody Smith heaves it deep down the field to Sawyer Hughes. Perfect connection to break the ice, and Sylvania just kept chugging along. Forces Asbury to punt. Hughes on the return takes it all the way down to the 20. Home Rams with great positioning for the second straight drive, and that led to this. Handoff to Styles Hughes, fitting name, finds pay dirt. 2 plays for Sylvania and 2 touchdowns. Next drive, give to Hughes again, and why not? Races down the sideline, takes it all the way down to the half-yard line. And then to cap it off, Zach Anderson gets the touch. Home Rams rolling. Here's the final, from Sylvania. All right, now back up the road at Fife. The Red Devils leading 19-6 in the second quarter, threatening to score again inside the 25. Kyle Dukes with the keeper right into a stone wall. Helmet came off too. Bears D holding strong. Fife goes for it on fourth down. Dukes goes to the air, in and out of the hands of Austin Mulligan. Turnover on down, so the Bears take over on offense, trying to make it a game. Dylan McCullough gets the carry right into a pile. Ball loose, recovered by Dukes. Yeah, he plays defense too. Clock ticking, less than a minute to play in the first half. 4th and 2. Dukes takes it himself. Room to roll along the left side. Just enough for the first down. But Fife needs to hurry if they want to score again before halftime. Last play of the half. Floater toward the end zone. Falls incomplete. Intended for Mulligan again. So a big lead taken into halftime. Fife ends up pulling out the victory. Red Devils win big, 45-19, just another lopsided win in the land of Fife. The win streak extended to an amazing 50 games. And what's also amazing about this game, I spoke to Coach Benefield before the contest. He appeared a little bit nervous, which was surprising to me, but hey, they say you're the most nervous when you're the most prepared, which is why I'm extremely nervous for this live shot, guys.
All right, well, since you're extremely nervous, let me just add to that ante. Jonah, you saw two teams that represented Rams as their mascot. Was there any type of Ram calling going on tonight as far as animal sounds out there?
I didn't hear any sort of ram sounds. I am curious what a ram sounds like. I think it sounds kind of like a sheep. There was a lot of banging, though, and I think rams do that. So I don't know if they were mimicking a ram or just trying to make a lot of noise, but that's what I heard.
All right, thanks so much, Jonah. Have a safe trip coming back, man. Always appreciate you for the varsity game of the night. We're at halftime, Naomi, so tell them what's coming up next after the break.
Well, first place was on the line at Madison Academy tonight as the Mustangs hosted Randolph. We'll check that game out just ahead.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We've got an update for you, and just to let you know, this is the final. It is James Clemens 45, Florence 42. Next week, James Clemens will take on Grissom, while Sparkman will take on Florence. Naomi, I think you got a score update too.
Yes, the score update that we were waiting for. Albertville, Huntsville, and then Albertville winds up losing it 56-21 to Huntsville. Albertville will travel to Bob Jones next week. Huntsville will travel to Austin. Moving along, East Limestone now hosts Lawrence County tonight. And this was a game of defense and running the ball. You'll see that as soon as we get to the action. Players running out onto the field, getting the action started. And as we said, defense and running the ball. East Limestone has to punt on the first series, but fakes it, and Barrett Brown picks up the first down. They end up having to truly punt it just a few plays later. Then after a short series by Lawrence County, they punt it back to East Limestone, who decides to keep it on the ground. Gage Hill keeps the ball and slices up the middle for the first down. And Hill will later get it again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This time running to the right for a nice pickup. And later it'll be Jordan Gardner getting in, pushing the rock, going off the right guard for another first down. But then we'll eventually get some action later on. And it'll finally be Fortune Wheeler. He takes to the left and bulldogs his way into the end zone. The extra point will be good. East Limestone goes up 7-0 at the end of the first, and they'll get it done, going on winning by a final of 48-14. Next week, East Limestone travels to Ardmore. Lawrence County hosts Lee.
Well, if you can ride the coattail of Fortune Wheeler, you're in a good spot each and every week if you're East Limestone.
Absolutely.
All right, first place was on the line in Class 4A Region 7.
Oh, this is actually my highlights. Can we wait a moment to go ahead and get those other highlights that we need? Let's just speak with our director, see if they can push it back. All right, maybe they can't, so let's just go ahead to the action.
Right.
We got to do what we got to do, right? Here's Jerome Jackson picking up the first down, the sidelines for Lee. Lee was up 28-7 at the half. Then the Brewers' defense would become effective and force Lee to a fourth down situation. Jackson not letting up till it'll take him a sword of defenders to get him down. But check out what happens here. I got a little confused because Lee did a little trick play, as we love, faking the punt. And it'll be Isaiah Vandenberg blasting off for a whole lot of green in front of him and a 35-7 lead in the third for Lee.
I like the razzle-dazzle.
Yeah, a little razzle-dazzle, but I want you guys to check out what happens with the Brewers right now. Look what they chef up here. Gonzalo Ramirez grabs the check down. He spins out the way, and it almost looks slow motion how he's just swording off those defenders, taking off for a whole bunch of yardage. The defenders are tripping over themselves. It'll only be good for a first down, but they will eventually punch it in for a quick score. It was kind of anticlimactic if I could, be honest. But hey, they got the job done. Lee got the job done, 48-28 over Brewer. Next week, Mae Jemison will be at Brewer and Lee will be at Lawrence County.
All right, so can we go to Madison Academy now? Yes, we can.
There we go. Okay, cool.
First place on the line in Class 4 at Region 7 between the Mustangs and the Randolph Raiders. Randolph up 10-7, but then Carson Korean throws a quick screen to Will Stokes, and Stokes follows his blockers. He's got 2 offensive linemen of the week on that offensive line. He gets into the end zone for his second score of the night, 14-10.
Wow.
Randolph responding, though. Andrew Hunter throws it deep, and watch this play. Holding Blake, the one-handed grab. It's like a defensive version of You Got Moss, and
yes.
Blake is coming all the way back, and he will be tackled right here. But look, that's not the end of the play, because guess what? He knows the student section is hyped after this.
Yes.
Let's get hyped. Yeah. There it is, man. So eventually that will lead to this. It'll be handoff to Stokes, and number 3 takes it in for 6. That was his 3rd touchdown of the first half right there. 21-10, Mustangs on top. Coach Law is like, what is going on with my team? Later on, it's Madison Academy again. William Bergreen makes a great grab to set up Madison Academy near the goal line. Unfortunately, though, they would go to kick a field goal, and the chip shot field goal was actually missed at the buzzer. As we're getting ready to show you right here, I guess I was went a little too far, but yeah, let me just backtrack.
Preparing a lot for us.
Yes, he is.
Expected that it would have gotten made, but
right.
It's not.
Goes up and he shanks it. So at the half, it was 24-10 Madison Academy, but in the second half, they just add more to it. Madison Academy goes on to win 42-16, taking over sole possession of first place in that region. Next week, Madison Academy, they'll host Madison County, while Randolph will travel out eastward to North Jackson.
Great. Now we have one more timeout to take. Up next, we'll take a look at the Week 6 scoreboard, and we'll talk about our MVP of the week. Stay with us. Welcome back. Each week we bring you coverage of all the high school football games in North Alabama. We also recognize one player who stands out from the rest. Here's Jonah Karp with our latest First Down Friday Night MVP.
Last week, Guntersville defeated Madison County 44-21. The Wildcats rode the legs of their star running back, Logan Pate.
I feel like I did what I was supposed to do and was fortunate enough to get to do what I got to do because of my line and coaches and whatnot.
Proud to get a big win on the road at Madison County. It was a non-region game, but they're a team that's got a lot of athletes, a lot of speed, so we felt like that would be something good to see outside of our region to see a team of that caliber.
Pate rushed for nearly 200 yards and found the end zone 3 times in the victory. For his efforts, Pate has been named our latest First Down Friday Night MVP, brought to you by Whataburger.
It's really fortunate to receive the award. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, we're always glad for our guys to get recognized, and I know he would say his offensive line's got to be doing a great job. We threw for over 200 yards as well, so it's just a good game overall by our offense. Good job by our team to get the win.
Pate has a combination of power and speed. a style of running that parallels a former Alabama star.
He's a physical runner, maybe Derrick Henry, but not quite that size. But he likes to get his shoulders square and go up the field.
Especially Derrick Henry, Najee Harris. I'm an Alabama fan, so.
In Guntersville, Jonah Cart, Fox 54 Sports.
All right, thanks, Jonah. Let's take you out to Fort Payne tonight for our final game. They were playing host to Scottsboro. First quarter, it'll be Jake Barnes handing it off to Caden DeBose. Watch him go around the right side and slip between some defenders for a touchdown. Fort Payne now on top, 7-0. Later on, Fort Payne, they will go to the air. It's Barnes hitting the go route to his main man. It's Sawyer Burt, and Burt hauls it in for a touchdown. 23 yards, 14-0 Fort Payne. And I can go ahead and show you that Fort Payne went on a shutout Scottsboro by a final score of 28-0 next week. Scottsboro, actually, I got to read my iPad, everybody, real quick. So, and you know what? All right. It's Scottsboro, Aniana, and Fort Payne. They will take on Southside Gadsden. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Papa John's, for hooking us up. We will see you guys next week for Week 7.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Papa John's, your community health mart pharmacy, Whataburger, and B2EDI.